Attention students, today is an A Day. Representatives from the U.S. Marines will be conducting a virtual information session today at 11:45. Anyone interested in obtaining additional information should sign up on Naviance.
Saga will be holding a meeting tomorrow at 2:30. Please email Mr. Kessner for information on how to join the meeting.
Attention SALSA members. There will be a meeting tomorrow, December 2nd at 2:25 p.m. Your teachers will have the code if needed. Gracias, Senora V.
With the football season coming to an end, it is important to reevaluate the season and see how each and every one of the players felt. Today, we have the pleasure of interviewing Jack, Liam, and Gavin on this season. So I'm going to start by asking you guys a couple questions. Liam and Gavin specifically, how do you feel about being, or like, how did you feel about being a newer member of the football team, considering you joined junior year? And yeah.
Well, personally, I joined because I heard that there was going to be new coaching, and Kane, he was actually in the weight room, and I was like, I want to play football. And pretty much I just started playing junior year, and junior year I played JV. It was my first year playing, and then I worked my way up, and this year I was starting at wide receiver, so on varsity. So, but it was a heck of an experience, and the coaching staff is pretty much the reason why I got so good. And yeah, Liam, what do you guys say?
I mean, I played freshman year, but as Gavin said, the coaching was why I quit. But then getting the new coaching is why I came back.
There's plenty of kids in this town. Like, we live in a big town, and there's a lot of kids on the edge of like joining the football team or just like doing something else. But I mean, you see people like Gavin and Liam like coming back and like having like the time of their lives. So just, football can be for anyone.
How did you guys feel about the season overall, and were you happy with the way it finished?
I mean, I think there's no way you can't be happy with winning 5 straight games. We would have wished that there was playoffs because you never know. I mean, Woodbridge was like a top seed, and we had a pretty good game with them through 3 quarters. So you never know what could have happened if there was a playoffs. But having a 5 game win streak, that's like the first time it ever happened since like 2003 is a really big deal. So I think we set like a legacy, and hopefully these younger kids hold on to that legacy, and next year and years to come, we stay on top. We don't fall down.
Yeah, I agree with Liam. I'm very happy with the way the season ended, especially considering with the 5 game win streak. I believe we could have beat Cedar Grove. We lost 38-42, and it was a really hard loss. But I mean, hey, you win some, you lose some. But I mean, what's it called? Yeah, I wish there were playoffs, but hey, we ended the season off with a great dub, and that's why I'm happy.
Yeah, and everyone's happy about the wins, and it's good to see that our progress can be represented. But at the same time, we could have gone 0-7, and we still would have had a fun time. Obviously, we didn't want that, and we trained so that it wouldn't turn out like that. But it's a great group of guys, and I think that we just work together well and play hard. So.
All right, next question. What was a personal highlight that you felt that you were able to meet this season, and maybe like a goal that you had that maybe you achieved or like didn't achieve? I don't know.
All right, I guess Lem, you got it. You want to go?
I mean, I was gonna say like it wasn't like I didn't really come up with no personal goals. It was really as like team goals. Because last season we all knew that we were like junior heavy last year. So we knew coming into this season that we had a pretty good chance of being pretty good. So all summer we acted. We set high expectations for ourselves all summer. So I think what was the question? Oh, person. So I think the way that the season ended, at like how it ended, and the legacy we said was a good personal highlight.
Yeah, I think also one of our biggest goals was to win a home game, and especially with the lights coming on for the first time this year. And we didn't get that first win, and that's why it was so devastating because, just we like to win, but when it's in front of our home crowd, it makes it extra special. So I'm glad we were able to get that done twice this year.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, that was my only goal going into the season was to win a home game, and that's pretty much that was my first goal. And we lost the first one at home, and it was rough. And I mean, originally, I wanted 400 yards receiving, but we are a very run-heavy team, and we don't pass that often. And hey, it's not a bad thing. That's how we win our games. So, but I think what'd you say, Jack?
How much did you finish off with?
I finished with I think it was like 104 receiving yards. So it wasn't bad. I finished third. It was like Christian, Sean, and then me. So I mean, I'm happy with the stats I put up, and then I had a touchdown too. But no, I had a lot of third down catches that I was really proud of, especially in the Montgomery game. I had a really big third down catch, and then we finished off the drive with a touchdown. So I don't know. I feel like I played really well this season, and I also feel like the team played extremely well.
What's like one takeaway you guys have from playing high school football at Scotch Plains?
Well, one major takeaway is that, we, at least I can say that we experienced, some adversity, and we started off at the bottom of the barrel, and there was only one way, which is up. But we really did have to change the whole entire culture. And, what we were saying about goals earlier, I think our major goal is to just turn around the program. And, you know, we want to be a football school. We like people like going to Friday night light games, watching football. I think it's, America's sport. And yeah, if we were able to get the ball rolling and change the culture. So
Yeah, I agree with Jack. One big takeaway I took away is like I don't know, having like like it's like almost having a second family. Like I got really close with all my teammates like really really fast. Like I played literally for 2 years, and I felt at the end of my senior year, I felt like I knew everybody. Like I was best friends with like half the team almost. Like that's how I felt. So it definitely taught me like something about friendship and nah, and what Jack said, what's it called? Jack, I'm sorry. What did you say again? I'm blanking out.
I said about changing the culture.
Yeah, exactly. About changing the culture. That was something really big for us, especially coming off like a 4 year losing streak, like 0 wins. I started playing and I was like, well, like if I don't really care about winning, and then at the end of last year, I was like, I really want to win this year. And I feel like we went 5-2. We showed that we can win. And I believe that years to come, I know the juniors, the next year they're gonna ball. I know they're gonna ball. So I think yeah, we're gonna play. Hopefully the legacy stays. You know.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway is just like the relationships this season that I had. Like, even though I might go on to the next level and play, and like as everyone just moves on in their life and goes on to the future, I think everyone's just gonna remember this season. Like, because this is just a season to remember for Scotch Plains as a town too. Scotch Plains, like, no, everyone, as Gavin said, or as Jack said, everyone thought we were a soccer town. But I think after this season, people are gonna more look at us more as like a more football town. Like no one would talk about Scotch Plains and put football and Scotch Plains in the same sentence because we wouldn't win a game. But now these last 2 seasons, actually getting some wins, we're actually getting talked about, and I really like that. So that's probably my biggest takeaway.
I think that's a really important and good point that you recognized. I feel like this town definitely recognizes soccer a lot, and it's really noticeable how much effort you guys have put into this season. And even from someone watching your game on the sideline or in the bleachers, or even as your football announcer that I had the honor to do, I felt that it's really, really clear how much effort you guys put into winning each of your games and all the close relationships that you guys have made throughout this. And I feel like all of you achieved some sort of personal goal that you guys definitely deserve to be proud of. So it was great interviewing you guys. So yeah, thank you.
Big trust. Woo, woo.
Yes, sir.
Yep.